My name is Nadia Reyes. I'm 34, and I went into Christmas dinner certain, naively, that a white tablecloth and warm wine might finally make us a family again. The tree sparkled, cutlery chimed, cousins laughed. For a breath, I believed the year could end gentler than it began. Then my mother looked down the table, her smile thin as a blade, and said the sentence that split the room. "You are nothing but cheap." Conversation died mid-word. Even the carols seemed to hold their breath. Hours later, glass presses cool against my forehead as I stare through the floor-to-ceiling windows of my Upper West Side penthouse. Manhattan glitters like a galaxy spilled over the park, but none of it soothes me. My reflection is a stranger who should feel triumphant and instead feels hollow. The word cheap ricochets, each echo a bruise. I didn't argue at the restaurant. I slid my chair back, heels sharp on hardwood, and left before the tears could find me. But in my chest, something cracked. How could Lila, my mother, throw that word like a stone after everything? For years I've kept them afloat. The mortgage on the house in Cincinnati, the car insurance, the surprise medical bills, the anniversary cruise that was supposedly a sweepstakes. Every month, another quiet wire. No receipts waived, no speeches made. Love doesn't need a ledger, I told myself. I built LumenPay out of blue light and sleeplessness, and the stubborn belief that ordinary families deserve fair tools for their money. From waitressing in college to coding until sunrise, I dragged a company into the world. Headlines called it grit. Lila called it vanity. If I drove a sensible electric, it was a show. If I bought this apartment, it was waste. Tonight, even generosity became a sin. She laughed when she opened the velvet box. Then the verdict. Cheap. Cincinnati lives in me like a faded photograph. A beige house, my father Mateo repainting trim, my mother Lila ironing judgment into every hem. My sister Sarah fit the picture. Soft voice, tidy grades, smiles that made neighbors coo. I was the complication. The winter I begged for a deep green dress, Lila barely glanced at the catalog. Last year's is fine. Sarah got new shoes that weekend. Lesson, approval was thrift other people wore. Freedom arrived in a scholarship envelope. Ann Arbor, then New York. Air mattresses, dollar slices, 3 jobs, and a stubborn prototype I called LumenPay. I learned to code in Library Light. A Brooklyn credit union took the first chance. The app found its legs. Magazine covers embarrassed me more than they thrilled, because back home Lila called it theatrics. Still, quietly, I paid. $5,000 a month. Roof repair, prescriptions, their anniversary cruise. I never asked for thanks. 2 days before Christmas, I passed Sarah in a cafe, her back to me, phone at her ear. "Let her put on her show," she whispered. "People will see who she really is." I stood with a cooling coffee and understood. The script was written before the curtain lifted. Gramercy Tavern glowed. Wreaths, fur, a tree bright as a promise. I put Lila at the head, Mateo beside her, Sarah and my brother Jonah opposite me, and neighbors her invitations pulled into orbit. Prices pricked Lila's eyes to glitter. "Only a fool pays this for chicken," she announced. Wine thinned the chatter. I studied the room. When plates cleared, I set the green-wrapped box before her. She opened it, saw the Rolex, and laughed. "15,000? You are nothing but cheap." The word landed like a slap. I set my napkin down and stood. "You want to call me cheap? Then count with me." My voice stayed steady. For 4 years I've wired $5,000 every month. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, prescriptions. That cruise you bragged about. That's $240,000. No speeches, no receipts, just love. Chairs creaked. Lila's smile thinned. Mateo's hand trembled. Sarah watched her napkin. Jonah met my eyes and nodded. I took out my phone. "David, cancel every transfer to my parents' accounts. Remove my guarantee on their credit line, effective now." I ended the call and slipped the green box into my purse. "I can't buy respect," I said. "I won't rent it." Snow met me at the door. In January, bank letters arrived. By March, Cincinnati House was gone. The car followed. Lila tutored after school. Mateo prepared taxes at a strip mall office under humming lights. Jonah visited and said, "I'm proud of you." Sarah called from their rental one night. "I judged you because it was easy." I listened. Then I slept through the night. Spring softened the city. I invited Mateo to run Lumenpay's books. He showed up early, sleeves rolled. Lila didn't apologize, not outright. But when Sarah visited in May, she said, "Mom asked if you're well." That was new and enough. Sometimes I open the velvet box. The Rolex glints, no longer a wound, just a compass. Money funds comfort, not dignity. Boundaries are the interest my life finally earns. I am not cheap. I'm done paying for permission to exist.